Large man abroad, everybody, hey, let's have a talk. Sometimes you just want to get away from society here in America. It's just the thought to just going into the woods alone and building a little shack and just turning away from everything just sounds real nice. But we can't do that, can we, guys? No. We got to operate in this society, right? Because we're people. We got to pay taxes. We got to pay our rent. We got to participate in the rat race. It's what we got to do. But that doesn't mean we can't sit back and talk some shit. In the previous video, like I said, kind of had enough of them at this point, but just keeps getting worse. You know, sometimes you just want to go to McDonald's at the end of the day and just get a nice poisonous burger, a nice Big Mac, and just shove it down your throat hole and just let the sodium smack you in the skull as you move one step closer to a stroke. But it's getting more difficult to do that because teens and hoodlums are fucking jackals, black-eyed nihilists. That's all they are. How can you ruin McDonald's? How can you make McDonald's a bad place? McDonald's is already a horrible place because every time you go there, you lose a year off your life. But now it's unsafe. Now you got to go in there, you got to worry about getting hit in the face. Living in America is like living in a video game where the difficulty setting on the NPCs is set to like super freaking aggressive. You telling me I can't walk in McDonald's because I got to go to the bathroom without a fear of getting rolled up by a group of teens? Nah. What a weird place this country is, but hey, here we are.
Imagine having to show ID when you order a Big Mac, or needing to be over 20 to buy a Happy Meal. At the McDonald's in Flatbush, Brooklyn, you might not have to imagine. Proof of age is required, otherwise you'll need a parent to get inside. But most customers say the age restriction is a good thing, and so are the 3 security guards posted at the entrances, because teenagers from nearby high schools have turned the fast food restaurant into a local fight club. According to the NYPD, police have been called to this location 29 times this year.
I think this is a great idea. Let's raise the age of entrance to every facility, so if you're under 21, you just can't go in. Is that mean? Is that cruel? Is that oppressive? Is that a bit tyrannical? Large man, you're a guy who was always talking about freedom and independence and doing the right thing. Isn't this a little bit cold? Isn't it a little bit harsh? Yeah, you know, I don't care. Not really. Listen, if you can't keep the trust that you've been given, guess what? You don't get that trust anymore. 21 years old or you're walking through the drive-thru. This is the way to do it. And you can say all you want, hey, when we were kids, we were doing crazy things. Life has always been dangerous. You know, young people are always going to be the same. They're going to be rebellious. Yeah, but we weren't gaggles of hooligans who were just waiting to throw down at any minute. In America, there's always an underlying threat of violence that always seems to permeate through every social interaction, but you really shouldn't expect that from kids. Kids used to fear old people. They used to talk about dad strength. Everyone was afraid of getting beat up by somebody's dad. Now every 16-year-old is looking for a chance to beat up his uncle and post it on X. I go even farther than that. I say take away their votes. I don't even think you should be able to vote until you're like 28 years old unless you've been in the military. Other than that, all I see is videos of kids from America who can't even point out a country that starts with a U. Because the fact is, kids don't know anything anymore because they don't learn anything in school. They learn everything through social media, and all that is how to shake your ass and beat people up. These are real great contributing members of society. I'm really excited for them to enter the workforce, let me tell you. And you're like, oh no, hey, large man, this isn't just America. This is all over the world. Yeah, no, it's not. Try to be a kid 16, 17 years old and you're trying to boss around adults in like Southeast Asia. You think that shit's gonna fly in Thailand? No, it's not. You're gonna get beat up. No, some old dude with a monkey on his shoulder is gonna pop out of nowhere and belt you. But hey man, hey, it's not fair for you to blame all these kids. It's not fair for you to blame it just on social media. I mean, don't they have parents? Don't they have educators that should be teaching them how to be thriving members of society? Yeah, and they've absolutely failed. So the only thing that is left is social media. And this is what you get.
McDonald's, I'm gonna crash into it on my mama.
Dramatic crash at a McDonald's in Springfield. Miraculously, the driver was able to get out of the car without help and is recovering from their injuries.
Make it stop. Just make them go away. Do something with young people. Just separate them from society. They're just jackals at this point. They want to act like baboons. Put them in a fucking zoo. But keep them away from society. Keep them away from the kids, and most importantly, keep them away from me, because I don't want anything to do with these people. Anyway, and the thing is, I'm not alone. I know the vast majority of people out there despise young people now for this exact reason. They're not real people anymore. They're just entitled idiots walking around with main character syndrome. Turn the game off. I want to hit reset. But no, we can't expect anything from young people. We can't expect anyone from members of society because society is crumbling. But at the same time, we still have to operate in this bullshit system. So I got to interact with these people on a daily basis. I got to interact with young people because I got to go to the store. And all it makes me want to do is grab my family and walk into the woods and build a shanty in the middle of nowhere where I can just shut out the rest of society, get rid of this fucking YouTube channel, just eat beetles out of logs. That sounds way better than dealing with this because people are idiots and staring at your phone all day just evaporates your IQ, and it's the biggest addiction we have now. I don't care about fentanyl anymore. I don't care about meth. If I see you looking at your phone, I assume you're an idiot. And you know what? I feel justified to think that. The fact that these people are living to the age of 21 is shocking. Have you ever experienced young people in the wild? They're staring down at the phone all the time. The only time they'll actually interact with other people is if they're in a group and they have some kind of strength in the collective. Because when they're alone, they're just completely vapid, emotionless consumers who just stare and swipe, no matter where they're at. Walking down the street, swiping. Crossing traffic, swiping. Doctor's appointment, swiping. Work, obviously, swiping. Is it a bit ageist of me to say? Yes, that's absolutely fine because they think I'm old and this isn't my world anymore. And that's fine. I don't want anything to do with this world anymore. But at the same time, like I said in the past, this generation is so devoid of any kind of morality because they weren't taught it at a young age that they're just useless citizens who aren't going to have kids. But by God, they're the perfect consumers because everything they do and live for is for some kind of brand, whether that's personal or some kind of corporation. It's all about the brand, baby. You got to push the brand. Fuck the brand. Because it's bad enough when it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I feel like it's morally irresponsible for me to drive down to McDonald's to get a 12-piece McNugget. But now in that equation, I have to add in the variable that is street violence. God, it makes me... Are you telling me that I need to go to Burger King? Because everybody on the planet knows that McDonald's nuggets are far superior to Burger King. And I will die on that hill. I always love the proverb that an old man plants trees, not so they'll shade him, but they'll shade the next generation. I absolutely love that. But these kids don't deserve these trees. If we're meant to be building this society for the next generation, what's the point of even building it? Who are we handling up to? These people are goblins. Tesla or General Dynamic needs to go ahead and roll out these androids already, because I'd rather them inherit everything that we built here in this shit show country than give it to these morons. But I guess that's just the way that it goes and the way that it falls in a nation that stands for nothing, that's devoid of any kind of moral character at all. And don't give me this not all nonsense or, hey, you should do something about it. What the hell am I going to do? You want me to go fight 8 teenagers? I'm a 40-year-old man. There's no way that's happening. You ever see a 40-year-old man fight an 18-year-old? It usually goes bad real quick. We're slow now. Our reaction time is dog shit. Don't fight an 18-year-old. Why would you fight somebody in their prime? You just run them over with your car. That's what you do. That's all we got for today. Thanks for stopping by and looking at a little bit of this insanity with these mongrels that are running around the world right now, making life miserable for everybody, ruining McDonald's. Fast food is trash as it is, but now we got to deal with this, and it's real sad. But if you're still here, hey, go ahead and like and subscribe. We have memberships. You want to join that, give us a little more money. Hey, that's always fun. Thank you very much. And if not, hey, no big deal. I hope you guys have a great one. Enjoy the week.